Hello, this is Julie Harland, and I'm going to do a little demo of how you can use Desmos.com. So here I'm on a Google site, and all you need to do is go up to the search bar and put in desmos.com, desmos.com, and you get this screen, and just click on Start Graphing. So you get this window over on the right hand side, and you'll notice it goes from -10 to 10 on the x-axis and -10 to 10 on the y-axis. That can be changed, but for now we'll just stay within that window. Also, you could always move your graph around a little bit. Okay, we're just dragging it, but let's just get it back to how it looked when I first opened it. Something like that. You get the idea. And then over here on the left-hand side, we're just going to put an equation of a line. So let's say it was in slope-intercept form, y equals 2x minus 3. So we just type that in, y equals 2x minus 3. And you'll see that there is a little red circle over here telling you that your graph of y equals 2x minus 3 will be in red, and there's the line. Now, you should of course know how to graph that line on your own paper first, but this is the way to check how close you are by getting on Desmos. So if you were doing this on your own paper, you might have done it using the slope-intercept method. It has a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of -3. And notice here I do have a y-intercept of -3. And if a slope of 2, you go over 1 and up 2, over 1 and up 2, etc. You would get this line. The other way, of course, to graph this is to plot some ordered pairs. So you could put like 0 in for x, and that gives you this 0.0, -3. Maybe you put in 1 for x, which means y would be -1, you get another point, etc. Or x and y intercepts. There's all sorts of ways you might graph this line on your own piece of paper, but this is how you check that it's correct. So let's do another one. Now I can either erase the one I have there, or I click on 2 and just do a new graph. So let's do y equals -1/2 x. Now watch what happens if I just write -1/2 like that, and I just put an x. That doesn't look like a line. Notice that x is in the denominator, and notice this blue graph over here. Wow, that doesn't look like a line at all. That's because you don't have x in the right place. So if you put -1/2, you go right next to the fraction part and put the x, and then we'll get the correct line. Y equals -1/2 x. Let's say we wanted to do y equals -1, and notice that that has a negative slope. The slope is -1/2. It goes through 0, 0. Let's say I wanted to do y equals -1/2 x plus, let's say, 5. There we go. All right, now we have a line y equals -1/2 x plus 5. The y-intercept is 0, 5. The slope is still -1/2, etc. You could also turn these on and off. Like if I don't want to look at the red one, I just press on the red and it disappears. So now the blue graph is the only one showing up over here. If I press on this again, now I can see the red graph. If I click on the blue one, now I only see the red one, and vice versa. So it's up to you if you want to just erase what you already have, or go ahead and have more than one showing up over on the left. So let's do another one. I'm going to close off so we don't see anything over on the right. Let's do another graph. Let's do, how about something that's not in slope-intercept form? How about 2x plus 3y equals 12. All right, that one's in green, and you can see this over here. Okay. Now you can check that you've got the right x and y intercepts. I would probably graph this line using x and y intercepts. So in other words, if I put in 0 for x in this equation, 3y is 12, so y is 4. So I know the y-intercept is 4, which you could see. I have this line going through 0, 4. And if I wanted to get the x-intercept, I put in 0 for y, which means 2x is 12, so I would get this point, 6, 0. So now I have this line. Or you might have put that in slope-intercept form. You would, of course, get the the same line if you would have first solved this for y. So what is that if you solve for y? Let's see, you'd have to subtract 2x and divide by 3. I think it would be y equals subtract 2x, so it's going to be negative 2/3. And here we have this problem again. Remember to put the x up here. And let's see, if I divide by 3, that should be plus 4. Notice the purple line's right on top of where the, let's go back. They both are showing, but of course purple is darker than green, so you can only see the purple. But if I get off the purple, now you see green. So these are actually the same line, number 3 and 4 here. If I want to see all of them again, here they are. There's the blue one. There's the red one. And so that's an easy way to check that you're graphing lines correctly. Just put them in Desmos and then check it out.